Spiro is an e-mobility platform, and we come with a number of options for all e-mobility operators within the sector. Our mission is to make e-mobility as affordable as possible to a very wide cross-section of Kenyans as possible. There is a strong awareness on the part of the government that if they enable the EV sector, that there will be a benefit at the macro level and also very many benefits for users of the service. The source of power that is very necessary to be able to drive the usability and provide the energy solutions is readily available. And that is a very key factor. With time, we are of the view that energy in Kenya will become much more affordable because renewable energy here is hydro, but there's solar, there is wind, and there are frameworks already in place to begin to look at delivering alternative sources of energy into the grid. So we see opportunities, not just for us, but for other players also in the market. In 2024, what we intend to do is enable EV riders to be able to access more customers and build trust, because they can then continue to grow their business as they get more riders on board. We know from statistics that on average in Kenya, 22 million rides are done every day. That is big business. We know that the rider using a nice bike makes on average about 700 shillings per day. We believe we have the opportunity to double that revenue the rider is making and to increase the number of trips that the rider is doing. That, with our platform, will make it that the rider has a one-stop shop for all their mobility solutions. What is important is that these solutions are available to the riders and they are available affordably, and they make it possible for the rider to be able to understand actually how is their business growing, how many customers are they serving, how do they plan to grow their business, which routes are working for them. So our business is interesting. It's got a hardware part to it, and it's also got a software part to it. The complement of those two parts make it that the rider has a bigger opportunity to serve more customers, to build trust, to go into new areas and grow their business. One of the critical things that became apparent to us is that the East Africa cluster is much more hillier, and therefore you need a more heavy endurance bike to allow for at least range and carrying of heavier materials, carrying of more passengers. So we've addressed those concerns and are very confident that as we come into 2024, we will be able to provide the right product in the market with the complementary charging solutions that are needed to allow the riders to find our bikes useful and attractive for them. The other thing also is that cost of fuel, again, within East Africa continues to rise, and that's a big pain point for the riders. So this will become an attractive option as they go ahead. We've made our bike affordable. We've also made them very appropriate in terms of what the rider is looking for. We've done a lot of test drives within the East African region, and a lot of the feedback that the riders have given us have gone into enhancing and improving the product. We see Kenya as a critical manufacturing hub for our business. So as we speak now, we're in the process of setting up a manufacturing hub that will become a very critical entry point into the rest of East Africa and also into the larger economic region that is after. So we actually see Kenya as a place where we will begin to hone in localization at a progressive scale. We will also begin to train a lot more local people on the ground. We are working on a Spiro Academy with like-minded partners to create the right ecosystem in terms of mechanics, in terms of engineers, people who can really understand the products that will be coming off our battery lines or our bike lines. So this is very, very important. So Kenya is well positioned because it has the right policy framework. It is well positioned because because it has got quite a huge rider base. It is also one of the countries where renewable energy is also very prevalent, so there's no problem getting access to power. It is also a country that is quickly learning and adapting to the EV considerations, and is very open to providing an audience for EV operators to be able at least to grow their business within this country. So we see very good prospects for Kenya. We see prospects that will enable us to have a long-term play within the country, and also allow us to position ourselves as one of the key players within Africa that is very keen to transform the EV agenda for the continent.